Botrix says. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Lihavel says. EFF off Botrix.
Why you gotta hate the Botrix? Let's see. According to this reference, the ears are about the same length as the head. I should have really talked to your lawyer way sooner. But okay, sir.
Lihavel says. Still more initiative than you usually see, LMAO.
Yeah, a lot of them just talk forever and ever and ever. So at least he's asking. But I don't know, it's still very. I don't want that to discourage you. Oh, I knew that was illegal. My dude.
Lihavel says. See, and then there's this part where they continue speaking Lua.
Like, what? You know, there's like, I have a coworker, also Indian. He got some medical debts and stuff, and you know, she does a lot of overtime. It's really encouraging to see how dedicated she is to working to pay those debts off. This guy, he really should come just work at the factory, make $1,000, working overtime, fill your hours. I don't get it. Driving all these places.
Lihavel says. That's not encouraging, it's upsetting. See.
Okay. I mean, okay, in the context of America being an absolute bitch, it's very upsetting that she has so much medical debt. But what I'm getting at, she's not scamming anyone for it. How to put it. Okay, if it wasn't...
Lihavel says. True.
Like, it's absolutely horrible that you can get into life-crippling debt because of, like, medical issues that are not your choice. Like, this guy's talking about his wife as a kid. I got a scam! No.
Lihavel says. I'm in a fortunate position, wherein I have no insurance, so if something happens I'll just die. 3.
Make sure if something happens you don't have any identification on you. They'll come after your family. Whatever exists. They'll search through your genetic record. Find your long lost cousin.
Alternatively, if I get stuck in the ER, I just won't give my personal information.
Lihavel says. You hate them.
Okay, I hate my family.
That just means you should go into a ton of medical debt. And then die. But you should really fight it for a few months.
Lihavel says. True. Lihavel says. Thank you for enabling me. Thelochinostako says. Corey.
Taco. You're here. You're alive.
Thelochinostako says. Hello.
Ah.
Thelochinostako says. I in fact here and alive.
Amazing. Whoa.
Thelochinostako says. Amazing, just magical, and whimsical.
Alright, stop picking words out of the dictionary, nerd. Don't think I can't tell.
Thelochinostako says. Awoof. Lihavul says. Truncator vocab. Thelochinostako says. So art. Thelochinostako says. What art is being done?
We must furify this person.
Thelochinostako
Oh,
says.
she got a hat.
You got a good expression going on.
I mean, it's an interesting expression. Do I put the hat on her? Do I not? Too much freedom.
Thelochinostako says. Also highly hot.
What should she do with her hats?
Lihavul says. She looks like Whitney from Animal Crossing LMAO.
Look at that. Oh. Yeah, pretty much. Well, especially the really sharp, wide cheek furs. Oh, and there's already, I like this reference sheet. Oh, there's already, like, multiple reference sheets of her in human form. Good day. I know this dude's path code. Wow. I know what I'll start doing. Start doing Animal Crossing fan art to gain followers. I'm sure.
Thelochinostako says. What? Steal all his infos. Lihavul says. Surprised they didn't react that TBH.
Okay, you're holding a wand. No, I don't want you to hold a wand. What else can you hold? Maybe it's a wand. Why would the cop say Michigan if he doesn't see something that suggests you went to Michigan? Meow. You're sniffing me. Do I smell bad? Oh no. Ah, head away from me.
Thelochinostacco says. Stinky. Thelochinostacco says. Stinky.
Yeah, I'm sticky and stinky. Just put me out to pasture.
Thelochinostacco says. Double whammy.
Oh my god. I hope that better be water. I guess if I ever become affiliate, I can easily just make that cost 1 bit.
Thelochinostacco says. I don't like that sound. Lihavul says. You got splatted.
Ugh. Like I said, I hope that's water.
Thelochinostacco says. Not what I expected. Thelochinostacco says. I hope it water 2xd.
Okay, no. Just the shoulder. The shoulder got to be low. Ouchie.
The dog with the butter dog. Oh, got the butter on him. The dog
Do you
with the
remember the
butter.
meme that I think I sent you like a meme about the dog with the butter, like the original video. Dog with the butter dog, the bob with the bubba, the bubba.
Thelochinostako says. I knew you said something about it the other day, that's why I sent it XD.
Ink. Nice. Is my stream too boring? I'm confused on how to draw the boobs. That's why I'm silent.
Hey, listen.
No, no.
Hey, listen.
I really do gotta make that a paid feature.
Thelochinostako says. I'm sorry XD.
Are you? Are you really? You know how I feel about sorries.
Thelochinostako says. I just wanted to test some of them while I have the chance. Lihavul says.
Well, I have the chance.
When query tida, drawing, stream.
I mean, you see it right now. I'm trying my best. And she has like a fucking giant fur coat. She told me she was inspired by some fucking Pokemon, and I believe it.
Good job.
Yeah. Where is it?
Lihavul says. Alolan Ninetales.
Let me look at him.
Thelochinostako says. It's like on your shoulder, it's working right now.
I have the, you're tickling me. Ew, you're
Thelochinostako
touching.
says.
Hey.
Before you had to aim way eye to the right. Lihavul says.
You're touching, like,
Get it off.
that's, I don't know, I don't like that spot. That's what don't feel appropriate. Try to take off the hoodie. Get away from me.
Thelochinostako says. XD, it wasn't on purpose LOL. Lihavul says. Wow taco, fucking pervert. Lihavul says. God.
He's trying to get over his plane obsession. Explore new
Thelochinostako says.
heights, but
Rich coming from you, Liha.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Lihavul says. I do not understand. Thelakinistako says. I'm not a plain fucker.
Where's that one even mean? Bravo.
Thelakinistako says. That one is directed at you, Liha.
Spraying the little slime. Okay. Oh, y'all are fighting each other.
Lihavul says. Rude. Lihavul says. Thankfully I'm the bigger person, and know how to disengage.
Did I pause it by accident? Oh, yes I did. I was like, why is he staring at me like that?
Thelakinistako says. Tactical disengage. Lihavul says. Ahem. Taser, taser, taser. Thelakinistako says. No. Lihavul says. Now the taco is toasted and subdued, get fucked.
Toasted and subdued. Time to consume.
Thelakinistako says. I feel like get fucked is a not great thing to say after that.
Toasted, subdued, and violated.
Whoa, no touchy. No touchy. No touch.
Can these be like user submitted? They are very precious. Like, there's so many and they're so copyrighted. There's so many copyrighted subjects I don't understand.
Thelakinistako says. Wait, say that again.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if there are user submitted stickers in audio, or if this is all like made by this stream sticker group, you know, the main whoever the fuck did this, because there's so many copyrighted subjects, you know, like that right there was Cusco, right? No touchy. I mean, that's a
The Locanestaco says. Honestly, I don't know.
Well, I didn't expect you to know. I was just wondering aloud. Nice. Okay, how to do the hair on her furries? Just do my fucking best, huh?
The Locanestaco says. Hair that how? The Locanestaco says. Do your best is the correct response.
Okay, I can't. I want to block out. How to say? I want to differentiate some things here. And understand the form before I can do hair.
Retepurogen says. Oh, a new sauna to draw.
I mean, not my sauna, and I see you have an icon now. Better than some people here. But welcome.
The Locanestaco says. How do I see and or get the icons? Retepurogen says. Icon. Retepurogen says. Like a PFP.
Yeah, oh, I guess, yeah, you guys don't see them. Like, normally as
The
you text.
Locanestaco says. Oh, you can see them in stream.
Yeah, profile picture is what I'm saying, sorry. Yeah, I guess you guys like don't. It doesn't matter to yourselves. I guess,
can.
If you don't have one, it just see. Just look at
The
my boy.
Locanestaco says.
So yellow.
Give me something to put as my icon. I don't got nothing.
Right, next personal art. Hopefully you can wait a little bit, or just find something. I'll get a plane. Oh, I know. Like, oh, I know. Furry plane. Character. Ah, okay.
The Locanestaco says. Oh no.
Sending it to you right now.
The Locanestaco says. Should I prepare myself?
I mean, it's cute. What do you mean?
The Locanestaco says. Okay, it's cute, but...
But if you use it... Who knows what'll become of you.
Velocinastaco says. I can't do it. Lihavel says. Coward.
There are even bases for it. Okay.
Velocinastaco says. I mean people I know IRL know my username.
Fine.
Velocinastaco
I'll think of
says.
something.
I mean I think they think less of me already, so I mean doesn't matter. Lihavel says. And.
They'll know the real you. I'll try and use my non-existent design skills. Figure some shit out.
Velocinastaco says. But also big titty furry is maybe a bit much XD. Velocinastaco says. For my PFP. Lihavel says. If people won't accept you at your plane fucker, they don't deserve you at your taco locker.
Not even I understand that.
Velocinastaco says. What XD? Velocinastaco says. I don't fuck planes.
You know, you say it so much that I might believe you soon. I bet you have it like saved in your clipboard on your phone.
Velocinastaco says. Lol gotta be efficient. Velocinistaco says. So watcha up to now.
Okay. I'm trying to understand what's happening with the sketch. The hair is gonna be a challenge, but I think I can do it. I was gonna try to find a way to stuff the tail in there too. The zoom shit in. Okay, like my mother used to say, baby girl, never eat food on the john. Your mother called you baby girl, singing la la la. So what if they don't? All those ugly ducks don't like you. It's because they've never seen a swan. It takes all kind of people. Good people, so many people you can bear. Let's take a look. Answer my short questionnaire, which I'll sing to you.
Velocinistaco says. Oh, I just violated myself on accident.
Why? What did you do?
Lihavil says. TMI.
When was this? Okay, after days of grifters and con men at CES, we stumbled upon the booth of VLC. They were all dressed as wizards and told us, we have nothing to sell. We just decided to show up. I told them I'd been using their software to pirate media for 15 years. And they said,
says.
Keep doing that.
I love VLC.
I use it to listen to all my songs. I didn't know you could use it to pirate things. Or is it just like to watch pirated things?
Retepurogen says. So this is your persona?
No. I would never have a persona like this. Not even a persona. But no, this is another commission.
Lihavil says. I love that this gets asked every stream LMAO.
when did you ever get the idea that I work for
Red
anything other than
says,
profit?
I thought you said it was.
No. It still isn't. Thank you for asking. My short questionnaire, which I'll sing to you.
Livable says, I'll pay you to draw yourself a persona/persona for you.
You are unemployed. You're not allowed to give me money. Must wait until your financial situation is stable. I can barely handle taking people's money to do art.
Livable says, then I can finally shower you in fanart. Delacanastaco says, okay, I'll do it XD. Livable says, true.
Yo, sir. Lochnes. Good job. I passed that test. And etc.
Delacanastaco says, XDDD.
Okay, this is a drawing. I'm more confident in being able to draw this than Fred. Sorry, Fred. Background.
Delacanastaco says,
Snowflakes.
rip free.
Rip free, indeed.
Delacanastaco says, I like where this one is going. Delacanastaco says, rip Fred.
Let me just go find myself. A snow-based background. Which I'll sing to you. What a sweetie. Alright, got myself a background. Oh no, okay, it's super small. It'll match perfectly. Give her a little bow tie.
Red Tepurogen says, just a teeny tiny bow tie.
On her giant ass body. I mean, it's because there's a bow tie on the ref. But like, this one doesn't have a bow tie. And this one doesn't have a bow tie. But this one also doesn't have the like hair strand up top. Or the tail. Then it's the tail. Oh, decisions. Our ref sheet's valuable. Our ref sheet's worth it. I mean, I guess if you're the type of person to say, I don't care what about the pose or expression, just do whatever you want. Really not.
The Lokinistako says. Damn sound alerts is DED.
No. I'm gonna go check on that ASAP. Oh yeah.
Or else gets the hose again.
Red Tepurogen says. Bonk.
Bonk. I remember why I turned it off. Certain someone wanted to play Shia LaBeouf.
The Lokinistako says. Wasn't me for once.
Damage.
No words here.
Bonk.
The Lokinistako says. I'm good at creating problems, aren't I, XD?
Hey, that's your one.
Red Tepurogen says. Have fun. The Lokinistako says. Why two of me? The Lokinistako says.
It's so amazing. I like Noctis. What was I doing?
Lihavel says. Holy shit, that drowns out everything, LMAO. The Lokinistako says. Whoa, I can't hear anything but hell yet. Lihavel says. Thanks, Chimomura.
I hit it in the... I found it.
Lihavel says. God 15 soundtrack is so good.
I don't know about the story. I didn't like the
The
ending.
Lokinistako says. What is Noctis?
Noctis is the main character in Final Fantasy 15, the boy road trip. I'm pretty sure I've talked to you about it
Lihavel
before.
says. You mean who?
I love him very much, but I especially love Ignis and
Lihavel says.
Procto.
Query 15 stream when?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this, but I played through like 20 hours of it on PlayStation Now. And then I wanted to use an item that lets you
Red
bank
Tepurogen
XP.
says. Ignis the Blue Dread.
Ignis Bay. Or is it Ignis? Oh, I know. Okay. Procto.
Velocinistacosis. XD.
Their names are so fucking weird. Okay. But okay, so I played 20 hours on PlayStation Now, but I couldn't bank EXP. I had to cash it in for level ups like every time I slept, and I hated that. So I bought an actual copy that came with a DLC ring that I could buy that let me bank EXP. So tasty. I was always at level like 20. I just watched the EXP build and build. See, the key is that I would get one shot by every monster, but I would just buy hundreds of Phoenix Downs. It's fine. And then I would just keep using Noctis like auto dodge and like the that one skill where he like teleports to some ledge and hangs there. And then if he like does a teleporting slash, he does like an amount of extra damage based on the distance traveled.
Hell yeah.
I loved that attack.
Says. Cue your special XD.
I mean that banking XP. I love
Retepurogen says. vtuber model constantly looks flat yet 3D. Livable says. 15 combat felt so good tbh. Velocinistaco says.
I'm flat.
I mean that in a nice way.
I'm flat. I'm so flat.
Velocinistaco says.
Flat.
Her model is amazing. Velocinistaco says. XD. Livable says. LMAO no titties. Velocinistaco says. You gonna take that cue?
Yes. What can I do? I'm just a flat boy. I got no D's. I got no 3Ds.
Says. LOL.
I got no 2Ds. What could I even do? There's nothing for me to do. I can only suffer.
Retepurogen says. D's nuts.
I'll hang like this.
Velocinistaco says. You are bad.
I'm bad.
Velocinistaco says. Just hanging around.
I mean, I'm flat anyway, so what matter? What it matter? Doesn't matter what angle I come in at. I'm flat. No matter what I do, I'll be flat.
Velocinistaco says. XD. Velocinistaco says. Defend your honor Q.
I got no honor to defend. I just suffered a life of being flat.
Velocinistaco says. Knuckle pops.
The cop, I know me. When I pop in the miracles, or maybe it's him. My knuckle pops sound very faint and feminine. They don't sound deep and bone crunching. They don't sound satisfying.
Velocinistaco says. Can you pop your neck though?
Let me snap my neck right now.
Velocinastaco says. I did it once, now every time I move my head I get nice long series of pops. Lihavul says. I feel the pops in my neck internally, but no audible pops.
It's like, I feel where it could pop. Like, I feel like more strength and courage. I could get it. I have fears.
Velocinastaco says. Goodness, I need to clean my mouse/desk pad.
Then do it. Can't imagine how grimy it can be. You had to mention it. Oh, my battery's dying. That's what that light means. Some light started flashing on
says.
my keyboard.
Just dusty, I think.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Velocinastaco says. Oh.
This thing has so many cute little lights and warning and alarm sounds.
Lihavul says. Okay, I'm downloading FFXV again, LMAO.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Lihavul says. Only VC is a fucking 85 gig download is why not?
Oh, well.
Velocinastaco says.
Rise of Furry was like
I want to get new
175.
switches for my keyboard. Some of them sound like white now.
That's racist. I can't believe you do such a thing. Believe you say such a thing.
Velocinastaco says. Like shit.
Oh. Oh my god, Taco. Can't believe what I'm hearing.
Lihavul says. Wow. Velocinastaco says. Oh no, I'm being racist against myself, whatever shall I do?
Compensate yourself by cleaning the desk mouse pad.
Lihavul says. Inferiority complex, it happens. Velocinastaco says. But what if I am actually inferior?
That means that you have self-esteem issues, which is even worse. I don't have to slap you for it.
Velocinastaco says. Me. I would never. The Lochinestaco says, I still can't find this Exacto blade I lost.
Gonna be in the worst place. You're gonna open a drawer and slash your hand open. This you should wear slice-proof gloves from now on.
The Lochinestaco says, it would be my fault, so I can't even be upset if it happens. Lihavul says, I hope you don't find it with your feet.
Not the feet.
The Lochinestaco says, me too.
Okay. So I sent the sketch off. Save it. And I want to work on this.
The Lochinestaco says, you have been so productive, and do happy for you. The Lochinestaco says, even though you're itty bitty.
I'm itty bitty because I lean too far away. I start leaning. And it was one sketch completed. And it took, what, 2 hours? 3? Okay, an hour and 15 minutes. 2 hours. Still not acceptable to be called a professional. So what number is this? On my list.
The Lochinestaco says, could just pick you with 2 fingers, tiny panda.
Meow.
The Lochinestaco says,
number 7.
I mean just lately you have been, not just today.
Gotta do more. Gotta do more.
Choreo says, good job on completing task S, another sketch.
Itty bitty, hello. Back here. I mean, simply tell. Thank you.
Lihavul says, good job completing tasks, crewmate. The Lochinestaco says, gonna blow you over, Just itty bitty.
You gotta blow me over with the plane turbine.
Lihavel says. Hopefully no imposters get in the way of your next one. Velokinistako says. You just slowly shrinking is so funny.
Nom, nom, nom.
Velokinistako says. When you sleep you just get tiny, like Pinocchio kinda.
Nose the grub.
Lihavel says.
I don't get it either. I didn't know Pinocchio got called.
Velokinistako says. Okay, when Pinocchio lies his nose gets long, but instead when Q gets sleepy she gets small.
Alright, so I guess that's my magic power. I get small when I'm sleeping.
Lihavel says. That's definitely an obfuscation of logic, but I get it. Lihavel says. You'd be great at code names.
Wow. Where her card name is Pinocchio. Only I understand why.
Velokinistako says. I don't know, I'm too slow for that.
Oh my god. I just want to read you this paragraph of a book description that I really want to start reading. It's called The Little Shadow Guard Becomes a Famous Person After Transmigrating into a Cub. Book description. Lin Yi was stabbed in the chest by an assassin's sword in the previous second, and turned into a little cub falling into the water in the next second. When he climbed out of the water wearing a furry bunny doll costume, he stunned all the netizens in the live broadcast room. While Lin Yi was at a loss, he noticed someone else under the water.
Lihavel
Lin
says.
Yi,
Hell yeah.
who had reflexively entered a state of preparation, looked serious when he saw the miniature version of Qin Xian emerging from the water, who said in a childish voice. Or he said in a childish voice, "Master, I will save you." And I'm imagining like some little kid in like an animal costume just floating up from the water, staring at the other little kid going, "Master, I will save you."
Velokinistako says. Sounds cute.
But I can't tell who's the shadow guard here. I'm guessing Qin Xian. No. Okay, Lin Yi was the one who fell. I gotta read this book, but I think I might have to put it to the translator. Me reading that was through Google Translate.
Velocinastaco says. BRB, I needs find some drugs.
No fair. How come you get the drugs and I don't? I haven't even taken my Dayquil for the day. Did I go take a break and take some drugs?
Lihavil says. Can you find me some too?
What kind of drugs do you need, sheepo?
Velocinastaco says. All I got is ibuprofen. Lihavil says. Oh, I don't know, I just know I need some.
I don't know what I
Velocinastaco
need,
says.
I just need something.
Go take some Dayquil. Velocinastaco says. Me to Liha FR.
I don't know what I need, I just need something. I don't know, I don't feel like it. But I think get this rest sheet. Done. We're progressed.
Lihavil says. Could Def use some dilaudid? Opioid
Pain. It's also a narcotic. I don't know about that.
Lihavil says. 333.
Arr.
Retepurogen says. Not Hisoka sob.
What do you mean not? I've been doing such a bad job turning Ahsoka into a furry bunny. Explain your words.
Velocinistaco says. My teeth and jaw hurt. Very annoying.
Yeah, but that's because you like the crunch on your own teeth, right? No.
Velocinistaco says. I forgot to use my mouth guard last night.
Huh. You know, I'm gonna recommend you download an app called Finch, or maybe like
Velocinistaco
Reminder.
says.
Well,
And I guess I was stressed so big clench.
yeah.
Lihavel says. Oh fellow Bruxist.
Let me find it.
Velocinistaco says. Aye. Velocinistaco says. I tempted to fucking wearing my mouth guard RN cause I keep catching myself doing it.
Then wear it. I'm trying to find the app I like for. Can't find.
Velocinistaco says. I need to start chewing gum again. What's the app for?
Well, the app at like a specific time every day, it'll just ask you, "Did you remember to X? You remember to wear your mouth guard or something?" Like, but I don't know. Gum is so gross. I really hate gum. I don't know.
Lihavel says. It's a part of my nightly routine, easy. Teeth brushed, guard in.
Having a nightly routine is so good for you.
Velokinistako says. I have like no routine though.
Yeah, well then, maybe that's an issue.
Lihavel says. Sounds like a you problem LMAOO.
Exactly.
Velokinistako says. I know Rio, I'm gonna get one is said I'd listen.
Ah.
Velokinistako says. I am about to make it your problem Liha.
Oh no. Ah no. You better run. And you know he's got plane connections, so you better fly away. It's the Bitcoin machine.
Velokinistako says. Do Bitcoin Mac in. Velokinistako says. BRB-ish.
Okay.
Autry official says. Thanks Lightest Bright for the lurk, hope you enjoy.
Meow meow meow. Thank you, Bright.
Velokinistako says. Act, I'm back.
Ick.
Lightest Bright says. Come back.
Baby, come back.
Velokinistako says. Reminder, don't talk to the popo.
It's, we found it very interesting how just so many people just do. No, I really like this one video I saw of this one lady. She was accused of stealing from Walmart, but it turns out she was innocent. And she decided not to talk to the police. As in, she decided not to give the receipt that was in her bag. Baby, come back. Alright. Well, I got a reply back saying I can continue on with the Hoarfrost sketch. Oh. What was that?
Velokinistako says. I keep going to say some things, then I realize maybe I shouldn't say those things on Twitch chats.
You could say them on Discord, and I'll read them out loud. I'll read them inside my head, and then if I think they're okay, I'll just say them.
Velokinistako says. XDD.
World needs your commentary.
Lihavul says. What the fuck, Taco? I can't believe you said that on.
He said it was a bad. Yeah.
Delochinistako says. Igrid was so evil.
So evil. Got sense. It's so censored. He says it and then immediately disappears. Okay. Get the comeback.
Delochinistako says. I'm gonna get off Twitter for today. I opened it and now I just feel gross and angry.
Alright, well, considering how we're trying to improve your overall mental state, I really think that means you should just delete it. I know you keep saying you need it for your planes. Well, what can I say?
Lihavul says. You're still on Twitter?
Maybe try Blue Sky. You know what I found on Blue Sky that I really did not expect? A group of people that like fountain pens and that just like fountain pen related posts. Like, wow. I'm really inspired just to fucking draw more things on paper with fountain pen and post it just for those people.
Delochinistako says. A lot of the people I follow are moving to it.
That makes it perfect then. All of the porn I draw. Didn't expect that. What does that mean? Maybe I should unban the word porn. I don't know.
Delochinistako says. Wait, what did you say?
If you didn't hear it, you didn't hear it.
Delochinistako says. Fuck Automod.
What'd you try? I damn hide another porn you're drawing. That's where you're making your money. No, I'm making my money working 12 hours a day in a factory. Who knows? I could change if I do porn, but meh.
Lihavul sis. Hell yeah, capitalist slave.
Cry. No, it's not. Alright. You could just look me up on there.
Velokinistako sis. XD. Velokinistako sis. BRB for a bit.
Okay.
Lihavel says. This isn't the place to tell your story. Wait for court LMAOO.
No. Tell the whole story. Makes it so much easier on the cops. Ooh, dude. Are you accusing the cameras of lying?
Lihavel says. Nah, I'm just accusing your eyes of being wrong. Lihavul says. Oh, Grand Theft wow.
You did a lot.
Lihavul says. That's a lot of stacks living.
Dun dun. Thing is, I once read a Reddit post, and it was about this guy. He had, I don't know, failed some test, and his like, he didn't actually want this, but his parents were so desperate to get him out of the country. They had like paid some guy, you know, X amount of money, and it was all a scam. But it was the promise with that was that this guy would like falsify a college and get him to another country through a student visa, blah blah blah. But the college is fibbing.
Velocinistaco says. Ah. Velocinistaco says. Poke.
Wow. Whoop. You missed me. I'm over here.
Velocinistaco says. Oh look.
I don't hear it anymore.
Lihavel says. Yo, what is this channel? This is rad. Velocinistaco says. Perfect shot. Velocinistaco says.
No.
But no sound, damn.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Put another one on there. Why are you dying? Let me find it. This is caught exclamation mark in action.
Choreo says. Link. Lihavel says. Thank you.
Num num num. I feel like he read so many romance books just for that moment.
Velocinistaco says. LOL.
But also the way he answered that had such an attitude.
Philokinus Daco says. He quite the attitude fr.